Hello kids, how are you today? I hope everyone is doing well. Now, we are on 6th week and our lesson for today is all about affixes. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to read words with prefixes and suffixes. Identify words with affixes. Words are formed by combining letters. By adding letters or syllables before or after a word, the meaning of the word changes. So what is an affixes? Affixes refers to letters or syllables added at the beginning or at the end of the base word. The meaning of the base word changes when affixes are added to it. Here are some examples of prefixes. Prefix, an or this, meaning not. Example, unknown, disapprove. Another prefix, re, meaning again. Example, review. Next is miss, meaning wrong. Example, misbehave. Another, in or im, meaning not. Example, impatient, incorrect. Another prefix is pre, meaning before. Example, preview. Here are some other examples of prefixes. Sub, meaning under. Example, subway. Prefix co, meaning along with. Example, co-author. For, meaning through. Example, forget. Another example is for, meaning before. Example, forecast. Another is anti, meaning against. Example, antibody. Another example of prefix is mid, meaning middle. Example, midway. Another is non, meaning not. Example, nonsense. Next is semi, meaning half. Example, semi-final. Another is ex, meaning former. Example, ex-wife. Last is uni, meaning same. Example, uniform. Those words are example of a word with prefix. A prefix is an affix which is placed before the stem of a word. Adding it to the beginning of one word changes it into another word. Here are some examples of a word with suffixes. First is able, meaning can be done. Example, preventable. Next is ion or ion, meaning action or process of. Example, celebration. Next example is ness, meaning the state or quality of. Example, fondness. Another suffix is er or meaning doer of action. Example, teacher. Another is less, meaning without. Example, hopeless. Here are some other examples of suffixes. Ward, meaning direction. Example, towards. Next is full, meaning notable for. Example, playful. Next is ly or li, meaning related to or quality. Example, slowly. Next is meant, meaning condition. Example, achievement. Next is wise, meaning in relation to. Example, otherwise. Those words are example of a suffixes. A suffix is a letter or syllables which is added to the end of a word in order to form a different word. There are some words with both prefix and suffixes. Study the words on the table provided. So let us read each word, then identify the base word and the affix used to it. The word is incorrect. Base word, correct. Affix used, in. Next word is pattern. Base word, pattern. Affix used, ed or ed. Another example is jobless. Base word, job. Affix used, less. Another word is dishonest. Base word, honest. Affix used, dis. Another word is acceptable. Base word, accept. Affix used, able. Another word is prettiest. Base word, pretty. Affix used, est or est. Next is retell. Base word, tell. Affix used, re. Affixes refer to letters or syllables added at the beginning or at the end of the base word. The meaning of the base word changes when affixes are added to it. Affixes are classified into two, the prefix and the suffix. Remember, prefixes are placed before the base word, while suffixes are placed after the word. Read and study the example of prefixes and suffixes of each base word. Now let's do the activity. In each item, supply the correct prefix or suffix in the new word form. Number 1 is done for you. Do number 2 to 10 in your notebook. I'll give you a minute to do the activity. Check your work using the answer provided. In this activity, you have to identify the words in each sentence that have affixes. Write your answer on the space provided. Number 1 is done as your example. So that's all for today, kids. Thank you for listening and watching. Till next time, bye!